The day has come to turn this beautiful boat into a piece of art. All right, if you watch, you probably already know, sad day. Old Betsy's just sitting out here in the rain. I've gotten the hardware out and off of her, all the outfittings in the building. I'm about to cut her lengthways, vertically, and I'm gonna mount that right side on my wall, which I've always wanted to do with the kayak, especially that one, because that was my main kayak. For years and years, I ran all kinds of stuff in that boat. So I don't want to just give it away or throw it away. I kind of want to keep it. So I got her flipped over here so you can see what happened. I took a nasty piton on a waterfall and welded that, and then duct taped the inside and out just to be sure if the weld opened up it wouldn't leak again. That's held for years. I've even run a 40-foot waterfall with that weld. But then it developed a big crack on the bottom, which I dremeled out, and that was my test run on G-Flex plastic boat repair. And it does well. And in a creeking environment, I would have to redo that weld every, say if I did Wilson Creek, if I ran 2 laps on Wilson Creek, I'd have to touch it up and kind of fix it. So it does well, but it's not a 100% fix as I was hoping. Though this last repair has lasted a little bit. But it's ugly, it's all janked up. But that's how it goes with creek boats sometimes. They have a lifespan. This one had a good one. After a million poofs, you just wear off the plastic, gets a little soft, and sooner or later you're gonna have a crack, and then that's kind of the end of the boat. So, Liquid Logic Hefe, that's old Betsy. Fantastic boat. I'm about to cut it in half. I got Evan's boat all ready to go. I should be meeting Guy this afternoon to get that back to them. I got a little space and time here to do it, and it's not raining. So I'm gonna pop a line and I'm gonna start cutting my kayak in half. All right, folks, so I have put a screw in here to kind of hold my line popper, and I'm gonna pop a line across the top. That's it right there. All right, so you see the line, that's removable chalk. It's not permanent. Don't use red chalk if you don't want it to be permanent. But I'm gonna go here and mark out some of these areas you can't see down in there, and that scoop again. And we'll start cutting the top. The bottom is gonna be more challenging because it's gonna be hard to get a line on it. We'll just have to see what happens there. So let's start cutting. All right, I've got a skill saw, and as you see, I've got a finish blade on there with lots of little teeth. I'm hoping this is gonna work. Let's try it out. That cuts like butter. That's a really good cut. No problem whatsoever. All right, so what I'm gonna do is actually level the boat right there. All right, so I just measure that to get the center. 15.5, 7 3/4. Now, without moving anything, I will level that mark down to the bottom. There you go. All right, so I got my little mark on the bottom there, and I'm just going to put a drill on that, and And then I'll have my center point from the bottom. Easy enough. All right. There. My screw is holding my chalk line, so I can come down here and snap this line. It's not wanting to transfer the chalk well, but the line right now is perfectly straight. So I'm going to put a dotted line all the way down the string. Careful not to move the string. Show you what I got going on. Basically, there's so much arch there and it'd be so hard to get. I just got to make sure the string is straight all the way through there. And I think I've got it. Just got to put your eyeball on it a couple times from different angles. Make sure everything looks straight. A point of note for this project, the most difficult part of this project, 100%, is going to be getting permission from your wife to put this on a wall in the house. I don't have that yet. I'm still working in that direction. We'll cross that bridge a little later. That's a hard sell, an old beat up kayak on the wall. But I mean, she should know how important this is, right? All right, folks, I give to you old Betsy, 1/2. All right, folks, there you have it. One piece of wall art that used to be my favorite kayak. I put the grab bars back on there, cut in half. I put the hardware, the screws back in the holes so it didn't look like a boat with holes in it. But there you go. All that's left to do now is take it down to the car wash, clean that thing off, and we'll be ready to go. And then I got to convince the wife that it's a good idea to put in the house. Maybe in the living room, because every living room needs a broken kayak cut in half hanging over the couch. All right, let's go kayak. All right, so I'm here in the man cave. The boat's going on that wall over the couch. And I think I found a way to mount it. I've got these little struts, I guess you'd call it, cut, and I'm going to basically just put a couple little trim screws in there, recessed ever so slightly from the edge so that I can put my hanger there and it'll still flush mount when I hang it up. So same thing on this side. So then I just put a couple anchors in the wall and a couple nails or whatever I got to take. It's not very heavy. And then it'll just hook on there. So getting closer. All right, so I went to Lowe's this morning. Got some hardware, which is just a little like hanger. The strut is screwed in. A couple screws on the bottom and the top. No big deal. I've got my anchors in the wall. So now I just need Pete's help to come lift this kayak onto it. I just got the tape on there so it holds the little hanger at the right angle to grab the screw. After I get it hung on the wall, I can reach up in there and remove that tape really easily. All right, hold that side up. And there you have it. Old Betsy on the wall. I got the Silver Creek paddle that Freddie Johnson bequeathed to me a couple years back. Been looking for the perfect place for that, and I couldn't be happier than the display right there. I mean, that is absolutely perfect. Two retired, beloved, amazing pieces of equipment. Freddie's Silver Creek paddle, my Liquid Logic Hefe. Although the Silver Creek paddle is much more artisan, much more of a collector's piece at this time, but for me personally, a lot of memories in old Betsy. So now I get to look at her every day, and I think she's happy here. The mail lady just came, and I got some bits and pieces in here, including the bow foam pillar for Pete's Remix 47. So I'm gonna run down to the shop and get his boat 100% fixed up here. All right, so I have the cutout here. So this will basically go inside the kayak. Whoops, backwards. And there is your bulkhead. Pretty simple installation. Some boats you have to wedge them in there sideways. This one, I was able to just shove it right up in there and it works perfectly. Now you got your crush protection. Got a little bit of flotation up there, and it also helps lock that foot plate in there with the track system. So then I will pull this all the way forward to make it easier, and I will attach the track system back into the boat here. All right, that's pretty straightforward. I'll give you the tour. I even put some foam pads in there. You can see how it operates. Doesn't have to be piano grade perfect, just needs to be up in there. And the foam pad is just good, kind of adds a little cushion in case you piton and just keep the feet comfortable all day. Okay, so in your Liquid Logic foam hip pad kit, you have two sets of these, and that's about a 3/16, maybe a 1/4 inch shim, and your actual hip pads so you can get the custom fit you need. And then with the outfitting, you just peel that back, insert that in there. There's some Velcro on the seat frame. So you just get that back like that and drop that shim in there, keeping your fingers between that and the Velcro. I got mine about the height of the cockpit coaming, that side, so I want to match it with this side. Looks about right. And I don't think he's going to need these. I think it's going to be just the right fit. And that will really lock him in there, protect his hips against anything on the sides, and just give him that super snug fit that he needs to make kayaking a complete success. Pete now has a full-featured, fully outfitted, 100% safe whitewater boat that he can do waterfalls, creeking, river running, whatever he wants to do in, and that's exactly what we're about to do in it. Stay tuned.